Well, that wasn't good, but it's exactly what's likely to happen whenever you try to do standing calf raises with a barbell. I'm John Greaves III. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life, and for most of the 20+ years that I've owned a home gym, I've looked for a solution for calf raises because with a straight bar, you have to hold onto the barbell to keep it on your shoulders, but to get the most out of standing calf raises, you need to maintain your balance by holding onto a fixed object like your power rack. So for that reason, most home gym owners usually just do one-legged calf raises while holding a single dumbbell. And there's nothing wrong with that, except it does take more time to do one leg at a time. And if you're pressed for time, being able to do both legs at once would be huge. Up until this point, my preferred method for standing calf raises has been to use a safety squat bar because a well-designed safety squat bar doesn't require you to hold onto the handles. So my hands are free to hold onto the posts of my power rack. But not everyone has a safety squat bar in their home gym. So today, I'm gonna do a first impressions review of something that I heard about earlier this year, and that's these U-cups from U4C Fitness. As you can see, U-cups are a type of rack-mounted J-cup that's specifically designed to allow you to perform standing calf raises with a straight barbell. They're made of 3/8 inch thick A36 carbon plate steel, which is one of the most used carbon steels in structural applications like bridges and buildings. This matters because it's stronger than a 14 or 16 gauge steel product that you might get from overseas manufacturers, stuff you might find on Amazon. Stuff like that may cost less, but it's not going to be rated for as much as something made from structural steel. As an example, these U-cups are made for a max load of 1,000 pounds, which I will probably not be loading on the bar today. And each of these U-cups is 15 inches in total height, with the inside cup being 11 inches deep, so it should be a good fit even for taller lifters. The U-cups are designed to fit most barbell sizes, but they are not wide enough to fit an axle bar. And I honestly can't imagine anyone owning an axle bar but not having a safety squat bar. But maybe someone out there is in that situation. So if that's you, you're going to need to use a regular 27 to 29 millimeter barbell with these U-cups. In any case, I've had the inventors of the U-cups, Matt Struve and Mike Gulla, as guests on my weekly YouTube morning show twice now, and they were good enough to give me a pair of U-cups to test out when I saw them at Home Gym Con this past May, in exchange for me giving them my honest opinion of the product. So this is a 100% made in America design. Matt is a home gym owner from Texas, and he developed and patented this design with Mike, who is his neighbor. So I love that every aspect of this design is sourced and manufactured right here in the USA. Anyway, we need to test these things out and see if they do what they're supposed to do. Things I'm going to be looking at when I test these are, how easy are they to set up? You see they're set up now. How easy is it for most people to set up? How well do they work? And this is a big one for many home gym owners. How do they affect the barbell? The inside of the back, the extender, and the front plates have UDPE plastic to prevent barbell scraping or damage. So I'll be checking that to see how well it protects the barbell finish, because nobody, specifically me, nobody wants to damage their expensive barbell because they were doing standing calf raises. Anyway, I'm gonna grab a barbell and some plates and get everything set up to test these out. So while I'm doing that, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button for me. It helps my channel grow, and it also helps you out by telling the YouTube algorithm that this is the sort of stuff you wanna watch on YouTube. So you're less likely to see any of the weird stuff that you keep scrolling past, hoping it'll just go away. And while I'm begging you for favors anyway, please consider sharing this video with someone else who might also be looking for a solution for doing standing calf raises in their home gym. Okay, I'll be back in a minute to test these out. Okay, so that worked pretty well. Before I talk about some of the things that I noticed about the U-cups, I forgot to mention that Matt and Mike gave me the 5/8 pin option, which doesn't quite fit on my rack, which has 1-inch holes. So that's why I had to install my Kaizen adapters from F&F Steel. Now, why did I even bother telling you about it, since you can pick out the pin size you want when you place your order? Well, U4C Fitness is a small company and they might go out of stock of the 1-inch pins. So now you know that if you don't want to wait for the 1-inch pins, if they're out of stock, to come back in stock, you can just get the 5/8 pins and order adapters to make them fit your power rack. There you go. Second reason is the people who watch my review videos tend to spot all of the little differences. And if I hadn't mentioned that I had to use the adapters, somebody in the comments would have brought it up and asked me, hey, what are those silver looking things on the pins? So now I don't have to worry about that. In any case, once I installed the adapters, I was all set. The only hiccup I noticed was a little sideways play in the U-cups when I was loading the plates on. I thought that was because I installed them with the open end of the back strap going outward. But when I reversed them and set them up the other way, like they are now, there's still a little play from side to side when I slide plates on. And I double checked with my regular J-cups and there's no sideways play at all. This isn't a huge deal. I mean, it's unlikely that one end of the U-cups would come off during a set, but if I'm nitpicking, this is something that I would look at in the interest of having a product that is 100% stable, rock solid. The UDPE plastic seems to do a great job of protecting the Cerakote on my barbell. But of course, this is only the first test, so there may be some issues with extended use. I doubt it, but it's possible, so I gotta mention it. As for how it felt, I did feel 100% stable as I was doing calf raises. There was zero danger of falling backwards, and I never felt that I needed to grab the power rack in order to hold myself steady. Now, I'm sure that somebody's going to ask about this, so let's address it now. U-cups retail for $199. Is it worth it to buy something at that price point that really only does one thing? I mean, obviously there are other things that you could get that would fit this need and that do multiple other things. I mentioned earlier that you don't need these if you have a safety squat bar already in your home gym. So why don't I recommend that you just buy a safety squat bar that can do multiple things instead of U-cups, which basically do only one thing? Well, for one thing, unless you are training primarily for powerlifting or strongman, you don't need to do most of the exercises that you would use a safety squat bar to do. If you have more of a general fitness / bodybuilding focus, then you don't need to buy a safety squat bar, which is going to take up a ton of more space than these U-cups will. Additionally, a safety squat bar that's well made is going to cost between $100 to $300 more than a pair of U-cups, which again retail for $199. And the U-cups have a full lifetime warranty against structural failure, I might add. The other option for standing calf raises, if you don't have U-cups, would be to use a Smith machine for standing calf raises. But again, unless you already have a Smith machine in your home gym or are already planning on buying a Smith machine for your home gym, I think you'll find that U-cups are more cost effective and occupy much less space. So unless you are content with doing one-legged calf raises while holding a dumbbell, and I'm not knocking you if you are, but unless you are, U-cups might be worth looking into. One final thing, there can be some variance between power racks. So I will post a link to the FAQ at u4cfitness.com, which includes a list of all of the rack sizes that the current production run of U-cups will fit on. That way you won't have any questions about whether this fits on your rack when you are placing your order. And by the way, this was just my first impression of these, so if there's anything that I didn't cover in this review, please drop me a comment and let me know. Either I will address it or I'll try to get either Matt or Mike to jump in the comments and answer your questions so you have all of the information that you need.